And now to Kenya, where tension is set to be high in Witho, Majembeni, Mku-numbi, and Nyatha, Kaisari, Mavuno, Poromoko, and surrounding villages in Lamu West, following the killing of 6 people by suspected Al-Shabaab militants who attacked Witho village on Sunday night. Several houses were torched during the attack, which was orchestrated by over 30 heavily armed militants. Well, we have joining us now this morning our East African correspondent, Abdinoor Aden. We look forward to having him join us pretty soon. We're told that he's getting ready to connect and also shed more light on this sad incident. So let's take a look at this story very briefly. Now, this is one incident, way too many, especially happening one time. And the militants have come out to claim responsibility for this as well.
And this is not the first time the Al-Shabaab militants are coming out to do this in Kenya. Now, all of this, they've staged large-scale attacks inside Kenya, and this is in retaliation for Nairobi sending troops to Somalia way back in 2011 to fight the Islamic group in Somalia. So, of course, this group, they've been causing a lot of mayhem in Somalia, and because of that, they've also shifted and also gone on to Nairobi, Kenya, where they've also caused more mayhem. I mean, this same time around last year, that's 2020 to be precise, this same terrorists, they killed 3 Americans in an attack on U.S. military base in Kenya. I mean, there were some other times where they will go along the roadside, especially with the border between Somalia and Kenya, where they do roadside bombings, where they kidnap people, especially if you're of a particular interest to them. So this has been going on for a very, very long time in the country.
That's right. And even security officers who actually have gone to the site and the areas where these actions were carried out are still finding it difficult to understand how this was done. Of course, it's a clear indication that it was indeed orchestrated, it was well planned, and it was well timed. Noticing that, more importantly, that many people are just returning from the holiday or the festive period, and there might be a slack of some sort from security agencies. But no doubt it's a sad situation, and we look forward to bring to you more updates on this particular story. So that's it. You have that story coming all the way. A Lamu attack, 6 killed as families fled their homes, and that's one of the stories.
You're still watching Breakfast Central on News Central. More top stories coming right up. All right, you're still watching Breakfast Central on News Central. Remember to follow us on all our socials. We're at News Central TV on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can watch us live on YouTube. If you're outside Nigeria, feel free to check us out on Twitter as well. You can also comment on any of the stories we've brought to you so far. Just send a message to the phone number scrolling at the top of your screen right now. And don't forget also that as we have started the new year, we're bringing you the very best. So if you do not have our mobile app, please run on to your Play Store to download our mobile app. Is at News Central TV Africa, where you can get the latest on the go when it comes to news, sports, information, and more on the go.
That's right. Let's also let you know that if you participated during the holiday season concerning the questions, the trivia that we asked, and you know that you won, messages have been sent to all the winners. So please feel free to respond to the messages, and also don't forget to equally reply if you have to, so you can actually make your way down to pick up your prizes. Let's still take a look at one of the first top stories that we have brought to you this morning, which has got to do with the sad story. Lamu attack, 6 killed as families fled their homes out there in Kenya. Well, joining us this morning right away to help us dissect is our East Africa correspondent, Abdinoor Aden. Thank you so much for being here, Abdinoor. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
Happy
Abdinoor.
New Year to you, first session this year.
Now, Abdinoor, can you tell us what you know about this attack and what really caused it?
Well, at the dawn of on Monday, we've had reports from Kenya as well as from Somalia, where the Somali militant group Al-Shabaab had reported to have undertaken a dawn attack in Kenya's coastal town of Lamu, and they have said they killed dozens of people. But then again, the reports changed later on with the number confirmed to be 6 people. And we've heard that some of the most affected people were some of the locals in the Lamu area. That is the confirmation we've had.
All right. So has there been any statement by the police regarding the identity of the victims?
Well, we've had one of the Lamu senior government security officials, Mr. Irungu Masharia, who said that they had an attack at an area called Witho, which is located in the Lamu, which is the Lamu Island in Kenya's coastal region. And he confirmed that one person was killed and the others who were also affected by the attack with some injuries.
Right. Now, Abdinoor, I mean, the security officers, which this is quite a very sad story, by the way, but the security officers who came to Witho to ferry the 6 bodies to the Mpeketoni Sub-County Hospital mortuary yesterday, they met a resistance from the crowd that had vowed not to allow any body to be removed. What are these residents actually demanding at this point?
Well, as you very well know, that Lamu and like some other parts of Kenya's coastal region, the other cities like Mombasa, Kilifi, we've had Malindi, and Tana River counties, we've had them witnessing the largest number of terrorism attacks in Kenya. And this has actually goes back or dates back to several years ago, where those cities were affected by several number of attacks at nightclubs, at hotels, at places of entertainment. And the Kenyan government had undertaken very serious security operations, anti-terrorism operations. And we've had some of the outcomes, including the arrests and killing of terror masterminds. And we've also had, on the other hand, the locals there being aggrieved by some of the actions taken by the government, including extrajudicial killings and disappearances. Therefore, this might have in one way or the other contributed to the disillusionment on the parts of the locals, because we very well know that vehicles traveling to Lamu and from Lamu are usually restricted and given government escort in order to protect the passengers from attacks, which were actually also witnessed in the last a few years.
All right, Abdinoor, can you quickly tell us what the security architecture is looking like after this attack? Many have called this attack to be orchestrated by Al-Shabaab militants. What's the security like currently after this has taken place? And are people starting to feel a sense of security?
Well, as we very well know, that this year is an elections period in Kenya, and during elections, we've had cases of insecurity, and the incident reported in Witho area actually has some controversies related to it, with some sections of the community claiming it's not terrorism, it's politically instigated attack. But of course, at the moment, we cannot verify which statement carries weight, because what we've seen is that, and what we've known is that the area had been affected by terrorism in most recent parts. So what we expect from now is the government strengthening security in the area, because the northern Kenya region, the coastal Kenya region, especially areas which have experienced terrorism attacks in the past, and during this elections period, there might be a lot of confusion to determine whether these are politically motivated or terrorism-related attacks.
Now, I mean, Abdinoor, a lot of people are confused here. You might be surprised at this. You're confused because this is not the first attack that these militants have organized or orchestrated in Kenya. I mean, in 2021 alone, hundreds of people have died from the attacks and many more have been kidnapped. I mean, in October and November of just last year, a pregnant woman was kidnapped and a local village leader was beheaded. His head was thrown into the bush. So, I mean, these attacks have been quite constant in recent times. Why was the government not well prepared for this one that happened this time around?
Well, as we might have seen, the Kenyan government, especially the Kenya Defense Forces itself, it has, strengthened its operations in the Lamu area. We've also had a joint forces team of security officials from Kenya, Kenyan paramilitary, and different agencies of security undertaking operations in Lamu. Of course, the government itself might be making a lot of efforts to strengthen the security in the area, But on the other hand, the Al-Shabaab group itself, according to experts and security experts, the group has, you know, as a result of the government's operations, it has been changing its tactics with time. Therefore, the government might itself, you know, be forced to try and boost its efforts, because such an attack like which was experienced yesterday and previous attacks, which are coming at a time when the government itself has strengthened security, especially during the festive season. There were no reports of terrorism attacks in Kenya, unlike several years ago. So it might be a very complicated situation.
All right. Thank you so much, Abdinoor Aden, for breaking this down for us right here on Breakfast Central. We look forward to get more updates and also reach out to you anytime soon.
Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the program.
All right.